feel like in the kitchen I'm a very good leader. I'm good at communicating with others, letting them know my expectations, what I need, and listening to what they have to say, what they need. I feel like I'm a leader because, like I said, I'm good at communicating with people, and while I may not always know what to do, I'm a person who's good at finding answers, and I think people latch onto that, and they know when somebody's capable of leading them to victory and helping them out and respecting their interests at the same time, instead of just your own. I handle pressure very well. I think teamwork's extremely important, and you can't just choose random people and become teams with them, become good team members. You have to have a lot of trust with the people. You have to be confident that you can delegate responsibilities to them and that it will get done. And the same, they have to believe in you and trust you and have faith that you know what you're doing and you have your interest and their interest at heart. A lot of trust involved in being a good leader and having a good team. At school I have had a dream team. There have been a number of students who I started the program with and I'm actually graduating with. We've had every lab together, always been at the same table, and like I said, I'll be a sous chef, they'll be the head chef, or vice versa. And we know that one person can work on a dish and get it done, and I just love working with these people because we can trust each other and our dishes always come out magnificent. I love Asian cuisine. I love Asian cuisine. Sushi, stir fry. Ever since I was a little kid, it was probably one of the first meals my parents took me out to eat. When I was in high school, I worked at a Chinese restaurant. They took me under their wing during the slow hours, let me cook in the kitchen. And just one of those things, if you can roll some nice sushi, I mean, you can be as dumb as a doornail, but people just think you're so cool, you're so talented. My ideal work environment has to be clean because I don't respect a dirty kitchen and it irritates me. I'm kind of a perfectionist. You have to have a good team, like we were saying before, a lot of people you can trust, and a lot of freedom to experiment, maybe follow some new trends, and where it's not so rigid that you're doing the same thing day in and day out with absolutely no input of your own. So it's a mental feng shui. I think it's just graduating, the fact that you're graduating, that I started here, I couldn't do a knife cut, I didn't know what the different knives were, and now that I'm graduating, at this point, it's only been just over a year, I can name and do all the different knife cuts, I know all these different styles of cooking, and I've just seen myself grow and learn so much in the last year. And to me, that's just amazing. It's learning an entire new lifestyle. In addition to having an associate's in culinary arts, I also possess a bachelor's in marketing from Miami University. So my dream job right now is to go into administration, kind of take my leadership to the next level where I'm leading a kitchen. And while I may not be the person cooking the entire time like an executive chef, but I can step in, help them out, and since I have this experience at school, I know what they're talking about. I know how to order food, how to keep track of inventory, how to cook, but I also have those leadership qualities where I can be a larger part than just a line cook. The Art Institute has influenced me in many ways, mostly through all the people that I've come in contact with when I've been here. The other students, the professors, the chefs. It's just every person that you touch influence and help sculpt the person that you are. And probably one of my greatest influences is Chef John Hagerman. I've had him for a majority of my labs, and he's got a wonderful personality, a very loud personality, if you might say, and he knows what he's doing. And I've taken a lot of those lessons from the kitchen, and I kind of see his hand in everything I do in the kitchen. Absolutely, because I was a blank canvas. He kind of helped sketch the picture at the beginning, and I'm just filling in the colors now. Not having a whole lot of money as a college student, you kind of get creative. You can't go out to eat all the time, even though you'd like to. So you buy odd and end ingredients, you start cooking, and I mean, it was just experimenting out of necessity. Today's menu was an Asian cucumber salad, kung pao chicken, sticky rice, and a hot and sour soup. And it was a pretty easy menu, It was pretty much just following the fundamentals of Asian cuisine, learning how to cook all ingredients separately and then throw them together in the end, and practicing a lot of our flavor techniques and seasoning, which are something that you've learned from day one. I mean, it's not just cooking, it's knowing how it's supposed to taste. When I actually had my first exam here, I still didn't know that. I thought I could cook all the food at the very end, do prep the entire day, cook everything at the end. You can't do that. You have to have a timeline. You have to come in knowing exactly when you're going to cook things, what time you're going to do each procedure for your meal. And so you have to know how to multitask. While a soup's cooking, you utilize your time and you prepare for something else and make sure that everything comes out at the same time. But that doesn't mean you have to cook it all at the same time. So it's a lot of multitasking, planning ahead. If I'd actually known about this exam prior to today, I would have been preparing for the last week, practicing dishes at home. Because food is deeply rooted in society. If you ever go to any birthday party, any celebration, anything, people gather around food. So it's a good way to share your experiences with others and tell a story that's been going on for thousands of years. You cook to eat at home, you cook for your family as a social gathering, you cook for business, and it's one of those occupations that people always have to eat. So you're never going to run out of things to do or opportunities to do it. I'm more of a cooker. I'm very, very set in what I eat, but one thing about this school is I've come in contact with dishes and ingredients that I've never even heard of. So this has really expanded my taste buds to where I can be more of an eater in the future.